Hello and welcome to the second pilot edition of ETcast here on PhoenixTeeVee. As mentioned in our previous show, this is only a pilot. Significant improvements will be made after the first 3 pilot shows on visuals and other aspects of the show. We are mainly testing the water and working on feedback from people who tune in. In this episode, we will be catching up on the results of ESL's Master Series, as well as taking a look at the progression of Clanbase's Euro Cup and bringing you ETcast Top 10 for November. We will also be catching up with this month's released frag movies, including our frag movie of the month, and giving you one of the top moments of November 2010. But first we have November top news. Over the last month we have had a few team announcements, the first of which is Team Target. A new squad with a mix of Belgians and Dutchies, a reasonably well-balanced team, could well push into the top competitions with practice. Aero Gaming announced some lineup changes, Xperia rejoining the lineup after Super was forced to quit gaming while at university. The lineup now boasts a lot of quality players with good LAN performances and experience under their belt. Squad EE also had to make some changes this month as Jerks quit enemy territory. He was replaced by Swedish player Slajdan. The team will now hope to bounce back to former glories after failing to follow on from their great performance of 4th place in last season's Euro Cup. Team Oxid announced taking in an ET team as well. Former German team Outcasts, disgraced under the name of Snowguard Dragons after the Jan cheating fiasco on ESL, are hoping to put the past behind them at their new home. A 3-on-3 Nations Cup being organised by Polish CB admin Homer is progressing well in the early stages. Sign-ups are already complete, I believe, and qualification games are due to be played. The competition will showcase some of the best players within the community in a, hopefully, fun viewing competition. Heaven Media announced the Full Tilt Poker Challenge, which listed competitions from Counter-Strike Source to Team Fortress 2. Missing from the list was enemy territory. After complaints from the community and mails that were sent to the organisers of the competition by a number of high-profile scene members, they decided to add a €500 enemy territory competition. More details of this is due to follow in the new year. There was a request from Heaven Media though. For any scene members who want to help out both enemy territory and Heaven Media, please mail them. Stephen@heavenmedia.com. Last, but by no means least, right at the end of the month, it was understood that new Epsilon team that we reported on last month decided to leave the organisation after some disagreements. They managed to find themselves a new team though, at well-known organisation, The Last Resort. With the organisation change, there was also a lineup change, with top player Heyer deciding to leave the team. He was replaced by Dutch team player Milk, who should add a lot of balance to this formerly aim-heavy lineup. That's it for this month's top news. Now on to the competition news. As promised last month, we were rounding up the entire ESL EMS competition, and this is how the group stage finished. German team Hybot caused a stir by dropping out of EMS and Clanbase Open Cup after making it clear they intended to play both competitions. Group A was left with just 3 teams, with Giants and Aero progressing into the playoffs at E-Wave's expense. Group B finished as most would expect, with TLR finishing top of the group, followed closely by Rage Gaming, who joins them into the playoffs. Blurred Vision and GZCon both being eliminated in the group stages. Group C saw some shocks, with Overload beating both MVP and Stronger Than Hate to become leaders of the group. MVP joined them in the playoffs, with Stronger Than Hate having a poor run of results, leaving them bottom of the group. WCK finished 3rd, but this was not enough to progress, and this is where their EMS finished. Finally, Group D saw Dignitas and Anim Linux Nerd Club go through into the playoffs. The changes at ALNC seem to have played off, leaving Squad EE and First Cav to finish in 3rd and 4th, losing out on continuing in the competition. The playoffs have already started and they progressed well. We've seen some shock results, with MP beating TLR 4-2 in the first round. Overload also beat Rage Gaming in another surprise result. Dignitas progressed all the way to the winners bracket final after a reasonably close game with MVP in the semi-finals. They will meet ALNC, who have finally lived up to some of the hype surrounding the team and have given themselves a great chance of taking home some of the bigger prizes. The losers bracket saw one of the tournament favourites, TLR, having to battle all the way through from the first round. They managed to beat Aero and the high-performing Overload and now face MVP, who managed to take down the Spanish team Giants in their lower bracket match. Quick catch-up on the Clanbase Euro Cup competition as the playoffs progressed to the final stages. As predicted, the first stage of the winners bracket had a surprise result, with Giants Gaming losing to E-Wave. The winners bracket, though, seems to have gone as expected, with Dignitas and TLR meeting in the winners bracket final. Rage Gaming have picked themselves up after a first round loss to TLR in the winners bracket and progressed to the lower bracket semi-final position, which will guarantee them 4th place, where they will meet MVP. Both Aero Gaming and Giants Gaming will most likely be disappointed with their performances in the playoffs, and both will need to pick themselves up for future tournaments. This month we're bringing our very own top 10 for enemy territory. We have last month's top 10 to work from as well, although we didn't publish those results. We can use them to see how teams have improved their performance. In first place we have Dignitas, who had a flawless set of results in November and move up from joint second place to top spot. In second place, moving down one spot, is The Last Resort. They had a good month of results, but lost one game to MVP, breaking their winning streak. In third place we have MVP, who move up the charts after an impressive month of results, a big win over TLR included. And here are the rest of the top 10. Anim Linux Nerd Club and Overload are in joint 4th place. Rage, Aero, Stronger Than Hate and E-Wave in 6th, 7th, 8th and 9th respectively. Giants finished up the top 10, dropping down from joint 2nd after last month's poor run of results. This concludes November's ETcast top 10. The full list of each team's results can be found in Crossfire's article section, link in the sidebar. Last month we had mentioned an interview with Raz would be on Crossfire. Sadly this has delayed a little bit, but we are happy to announce you can now go and see it on the interview section. Check out the information in the side panel to get the link. To Frag Movies. Now we are blessed with the re-release of a movie released last month by Nonix called Sick. People who saw the original were mainly disappointed that the unfinished product was a bit off, with some comments during the movie. After seeing some of the comments, Nonix got quite motivated to finish the movie, and it turned out to be a very watchable movie and probably one of the better releases of the year. And it's easily the Frag Movie of the month. Here's a little clip from the movie. Enjoy. So that's it for the second pilot edition of ETcast. We hope you tune in next month for the last pilot edition of ETcast, and but hopefully not our last episode. Bye.